Hi, everybody. There,
Hi, Dr. Reese.
I had the wrong mic
Hello.
on, so they didn't hear me. So
Wait,
I'm
your
like,
mic wasn't on?
yeah, I had the wrong mic.
Gotcha. I do that as well all the time.
But
You know,
of course.
wasn't that what happened on Sunday? The whole good old OBS default.
Oh yeah, I got hit with OBS default on
Oh,
Wednesday.
OBS default. OBS,
He got hit with
man,
one on Sunday.
it's the worst, best relationship ever. Like, OBS is annoying. Yeah, this morning,
The
OBS
worst,
started.
best relationship.
Yo, OBS started. I was on my just chilling screen, doing my thing. I hit the button to go to the vibing screen that I have, and
Yeah.
OBS just crashed. It was just like, nope, I'm good.
You're asking for too much.
That's a pass for me. So yeah, I don't know about OBS.
OBS
What
just be doing what it do.
What else we got? We got
Yeah.
slobs. We got
I've never messed with that. I dabbled, but
XSplit.
XSplit. I've literally never. I don't even know what the UI looks like on that. I've never seen
OBS
XSplit.
alternatives.
I don't even know if I know anyone that uses it.
Yeah, me either. I know there's
Why?
people out there that do, but
Excuse
no
me,
one I know.
Camtasia is a OBS replacement. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard of Camtasia. too.
Never-
I've heard of
Really?
Camtasia.
I've never heard of that.
I've used Camtasia at work. Like that's what I to put the videos that are still up right now. But I had no idea it was a streaming medium. That's interesting. What do we got?
Yeah, me either. I've never even heard of the thing.
Wondershare. That's another one. I've heard of that one before though.
Who?
Wondershare.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Wondershare?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, yep, sure. Okay, cool.
Wondershare.
Is it German?
Wondershare. Okay, thank you.
I don't know. It could be, but I probably think.
Bro, then why are you? Oh man.
Bandicam. Y'all heard of that one?
Mm-hmm.
It's on Android also, but it looks terrible. Action, Lightstream, Share X. Yeah, we're stuck with OBS basically.
Yeah.
So basically,
OBS is the best you can
OBS or bust.
It's the best you can get, man. It's the best you can get, but
Yeah.
It's the best and worst you can get.
it's just.
I
it's
don't know
just-
if it's the worst. There could be worse.
Because
Yeah, it's
You could be
just
doing
really
just-
frustrating at times. That's it. It's just really frustrating.
You just want certain things to stay certain ways, and sometimes it'd be like default.
I just
Yeah,
want it to
like-
work at all times.
I just said this yesterday. I'm like, oh, I never really had a default issue. It literally just happened today.
You got defaulted?
Glitches and bugs.
I got defaulted. When I said hi, I didn't see my mic meter move, and I'm like, sick.
Yeah.
I just changed it.
Dope.
So best
But,
because what can't you integrate with this thing? OBS is
I
really
know.
extendable, has all these cool features, but it has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
If you can get over that, then
Why?
Does
Why?
your stuff you do on OBS, it saves on their servers, right?
no,
It saves on your PC.
nothing saves unless you like export it.
Got you.
So when I did the great reset, if I hadn't, then I still probably would be configuring OBS to this day.
Yeah, actually, you can if you go to Slobs, which
this?
is Streamlabs OBS,
Yep.
it'll take your OBS over to Streamlabs. I've never done it. KJ said that's what happened because at one point he tried to switch over, but I don't know what happened to that. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you think about the switch. You start the switch, and you be like, hey, the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
It's not because we switched over from Streamlabs in a different instance, actually. So for us to go from it there, but to then use its streamer instance, we kind of not
Stream Elements
hypocritical.
is way better than
Stream
Streamlabs
Elements.
when it comes
Yeah.
to robots.
Yeah, Stream Elements is fire.
Well, I wonder what,
Like I remember when we were when we were thinking about switching. We were like, wait, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this. Oh yeah, bro, we need this. Like it was a no-brainer.
like I actually have the Stream Elements plug-in on OBS. I mean, it doesn't do too much, but I'd rather that than Slobs.
Yeah.
'cause the Slobs, the whole interface is different, so probably what you could even do is different.
Nah, it's all the same for the most part. It's also it's in different locations, so like you can kind of help somebody that messes with. But the thing about it's kind of like Android and Apple. Like Slobs is like Apple. It wants to integrate with Streamlabs, so you can do a lot of stuff with Streamlabs and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
And it's very not.
It's super user friendly.
Super user friendly,
like,
yeah.
Streamline.
Basic-ish. Yeah, streamline. And then, but when you go to OBS, it's just like it's a canvas. Like,
world is yours.
You do what you want. It's Android. You just do what you want. You just go live your best life. But that's
Windows.
what makes it
and suffer the consequences of whatever you do. Because
right, right.
And there's a paywall aspect of slobs too, so that kind of sucks as well.
I mean, at least it's not to just use it. Like, they give you stuff, right?
Well,
like,
yeah.
You pay like a monthly or a yearly, and you can like choose from their overlay list or whatever.
Yep. You get
easy integration, all that. Okay, fine. But
yeah,
I don't see myself changing my theme every now and then. Like, I paid for this one. I really like it, so I'm gonna mess around with this until it gets old.
Until you get a new one of a similar. I can dig it.
JJ says slobs is plug and play, but it's super resource intensive. Oh yeah, it also beats on your CPU and lack customization.
How do you lack customization? You're beating on my CPU. What are you doing?
Because it's so streamlined. It's so
I've heard that complaint.
You know what's funny about you?
I don't want that.
About you saying that, and the issue you've been having, Key. So basically, slobs in OBS is like game capture in 4K utility. What is game capture doing to like tear up your CPU like that? Like, come on.
Just so
I
don't
know. I don't know.
You need to get off of that. You should probably do that like sooner than later.
No, it's over there processing.
Yes.
I mean, it's that thing is doing. Now that I updated my processor, it doesn't bother me no more.
But do you still want to burning those unnecessary cycles?
That's how I feel about my RAM. Like, can I get more RAM?
There we go with this.
What?
What do you need more RAM for?
Because I'm future proof. And what if I want to memorize more stuff in my computer?
Wait, what?
32 ain't enough. I need 64. I need 64.
Is more than enough.
I need 60. I have 2 slots. There's still 2 slots left. I have 4 slots.
Oh, I have 2 slots too. I'm so feeling those. But I only have 16 right now, so
I need that. 8s?
Yeah, so I need that.
Fair.
Well, I might just buy 2 16s and just chill with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you got 2 8s, so if you get 2 16s.
Yeah.
You're saying good.
I'm saying pretty.
You're saying good. Matter of fact, 32 is enough, so you should just let me slide those 8s. Let me hold those 8s. Let me hold those 8s. I love this
conversation.
I don't.
Like,
I don't.
Y'all don't need it.
Squid Killer believes that
I need 32.
Squid Killer thinks that Key needs more RAM so that he can do more villainy, trying to build a super villain computer and whatnot. He's gonna need more than how much you want? 64? You guys
64.
Need more than that.
I need 64 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, Black Shuriken has a similar sentiment. Building a villain empire on 8 gigs of RAM ain't gonna make it.
I mean,
you see how they bring the villainy? It's not me. It's them.
I mean, you just ever so stoked the fire.
I don't do nothing. I'm sitting here, just me wanting my 64 gigs. That's it.
I'm not condoning any...
Avid Final Fantasy 6 fan enters the room. Man, that game trash.
Right, listen.
I'm not condoning any particular type of behavior, but that actually is an incorrect statement. You actually can perform quite a bit of villainy on 8 gigabytes of RAM. Just saying.
True.
I feel like it's a common general consensus that Final Fantasy 6 is mid. Like, people know
that's not
now.
No.
People know Final Fantasy 6 is no better than a C+ if you're being generous. I think people know that.
You want to know why people stoke your fires? Because it's reciprocation. Like, you over there, you bringing the gasoline to them.
I did nothing. Literally nothing.
Just like, yo, here you
people
go.
Know.
You want more? Like, I got you. Like,
everybody knows this about Final Fantasy 6. Big mid energy, which is hard.
Everyone knows this.
Everybody knows this.
I have a question.
What's up?
I was just informed that you received a raid today from someone who just so happens to really like that game. I'm assuming this is a relatively large raid. and you were just over here bad mouthing their generosity. What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't think so.
That's not what happened.
I don't say it that way. Okay, ahead.
I wasn't there, so enlighten me.
I don't remember what happened.
That didn't happen, but I don't remember what happened.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you what happened.
I love it.
I thought you would.
How was your day today, Reese? How was your day?
I'm disappointed now. I thought my man's turned a new leaf. Like he saw the error of his ways, whatnot, so on and so forth, but I guess not. So I'm just going to turn to the more positive fact that my ankle isn't dust anymore. I'm actually walking around like 85% normal.
Nice.
Walking around. That's good.
Yes, actually, it's you never realize how much you need something until you actually feel yourself using it. Oh boy.
Okay.
Wait,
we were talking about the Terra statue, which is I actually seen the Terra statue today. I mean, I saw pictures for it before, but today I saw like a video of it, and dude walked up to it to put like a piece, like Terra's piece on it. That thing is massive. That's 2K, men. 2K minimum. That thing is massive.
I was saying, bro. It's gonna be thousands,
men. Massive. That thing is like. What did they say? It was like 1/6 scale or something, 1/4. That is half of a person.
That's a like, sixth scale, I want to say.
That is a half of a person. I mean, to be fair though, they kind of did us dirty a little bit, or did the buyers dirty, because it's like 85% the Machina. What is that thing called?
Of course.
It's 80 whatever the Gundam is. It's like 85% that, and then 15% Terra. Is like Terra's like a little piece on the thing. Norwegian champion just gifted 10 subs. Oh my goodness.
Appreciate you, Norwegian champion. Much love.
But yeah, dude, that
you
thing
said like 80% Magitech, 20% Terra. 85% Magitech.
Terra is literally a little piece. She's riding it. So she's just a little piece of.
And Norwegian with another 10.
Was that another 10?
Oh my! It was in fact another 10. Wow.
Coming through out here, freezing the podcast. We love you.
Yeah, breaking the composure over here. Thank you.
Love it. Indeed, the champ is here.
The champ
is going crazy.
The champ is.
But it's literally is that another 10 pack?
So yes, it was a jab. It was the cross came through, then the lead hook.
The lead hook. Like, is there an uppercut coming? Goodness. Like,
it's insane.
Thank you. 3 times. 4 times. Sorry. Thank you 4 times.
A shout out Norwegian champ and all the Assassin's Creed play from last night.
No, that's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane.
Literally the vibe. We love you.
It's been a long time since we had like an interruption, because like, this is the formal day. We like to be forward because this is formally recorded after the fact. But yeesh, there are 50 now.
Yo, you want to just come get a segment, my G?
Like, I'm saying, like, we actually have.
Oh my goodness!
Another panel.
Subs.
Insane.
Yes, the Norwegian champion has stated the champ is here. Yes.
The champ is indeed in the building. That's insane.
We have another panel on our OBS screens. Like, it has a 4th square. Like, we can put you in there if you want. Like,
seriously, at this rate.
We're gonna hang him up on the channel. Just champ of the year, champ of the month.
Combo break. That was nuts.
Permanent.
Wow, what was I even talking about?
I don't remember. Let me scroll up.
Yes, thank you, Norwegian.
Yes, Magitech and how Terra, statue.
The Terra statue. She's literally a little piece, and the whole thing is all Magitech. Don't get me wrong, the Magitech is dope, but like Terra's just a little piece. But she has blonde hair. I'm kind of feeling a little bit salty about that.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is you actually looking at the video made you feel any different?
No, I mean, let's get this thing straight, right? Let's say I had it like that, I could afford it, and it wouldn't be no skin off my back. I would 1,000% buy that. That thing is dope. But at this, like, it's just like there's no media, we got nothing where she's blonde haired. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't care for blonde hair Terra, and it's just I think it's dumb. I think it's just dumb. Um,
I don't know.
but
There's sometimes where I see like how games are starting to come out with like their the pre-art conception books and all that other stuff where they'll have like
right,
alternate drawings. I think that stuff's cool. So like the
Yeah,
fact
me
that
too.
we actually get like the version that could have been.
But not
yeah,
on the main John though.
right, not on
Like
the
if you give me the art
sculpture.
book and it's like, oh, like this is what we thought it wanted to look like, or we thinking about this. That's cool to learn that lore, to see the art, to see the drawing, see maybe it was longer, maybe it was to the side, see all of that. I don't want that on like all the other characters of the main board, right? Like nobody else has a weird.
Nobody else is.
Oh, he didn't have that gauntlet in the game. Now he's wearing it. Nah, everybody else
Bring
is
it to the physical.
1 for 1, except the main character. I don't get that.
And the reason I say it's never been in no other type of media, it's like, for instance, Final Fantasy X Titus, the Dissidia version, he's got like the tattered up joint, you know what I'm saying? He's got like rips and stuff like that. So when we get toys, figures, and statues with that, we're like, oh, that's the Dissidia one. Like that one's dope. That's the one I want. Whatever. There's no blonde hair Terra outside of the sketchbooks. So it's just like, oh, that's the sketchbook Terra. Like I don't care about the sketchbook Terra. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can really. That's the concept Terra. I don't really want that. I want the one that I spent. How long did it take me to beat that game? 35, 40 hours that I spent that time with. That's the Terra I want.
Same. I can definitely get behind that. Like no matter how dope it looks, like see me like I don't even have. I never even played the game that deep. I only played like an hour. So like I don't even have any connection to it really. So just like it looks cool, but like I like if it was no scratch off my back, I'm not buying it. I'm
indifferent.
Yeah.
Indifferent.
I can take it.
Squid Killer says, Key, I was looking for some parts for my Dreamcast and found a Final Fantasy IX Brady Games guide and the special edition big art book. Dude, that is dope. You should definitely take a picture of those and put it in the Discord.
I want to take a look at that.
Yeah, Brady, that is dope.
When's the last time you heard that?
Brady Games? I don't even know.
It's crazy, right?
I don't even know. When I went to the event this weekend, which was phenomenal. That I need more cons in my life. I need more cons.
You need to go outside more.
Huh?
You need to go outside more.
Cons for cons? Yeah, I need more cons. I said I need cons. I said I like cons.
Wow.
But when I went there, I ran into stuff like I'm not a video game collector or any. I don't really collect nothing really. Well, I collect stuff, but this stuff that was there, I'm not really a collector of those things. But when I saw Grandia Extreme, I was like, yo, I want that. I've never seen a physical copy of Grandia Extreme. I've only known about its existence. And I saw a guidebook for Grandia 2, and I was like, yo, I want that. And it's that type of stuff just gets me.
Got you. Like that type of stuff, like it's sick for me to look at, but I don't have any interest to buy it.
Yeah, I want it.
Like it's like a museum for me. Like walking through museums, I love museums. So like
not
I walk
antique,
through,
but lack of a
see, or like an art gallery. Like it's cool. I like to go to them, but I'm usually never seeing anything. I'm like, I need to buy that, or I want to buy it. Usually I don't. It's very rare.
See, I wanted it, but I was easily able to talk myself out of it because I don't collect that stuff. So it's just like I was like, oh man, like for some reason I really want all the Grandia games, like Grandia 1 through Extreme. But like, do I really want that? I don't think so.
Got you.
Like, okay, like hey there.
Thank you for the raid, Complete
Geek been
TV.
rated.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you'll following up with a subscription also. Thank you. I was gonna say, you'll collect them, but then what are you gonna do with them? Stare at them? You're gonna just play the games on your PC.
Well, I mean, whatever you do with them is your business. Yeah,
that's what you do with collecting things. It's just that I'm not like, for instance, if I was to buy that Grandia 2 book, that would be the only strategy guide in the entirety of everything that I own. Like, I'm not a collector of that thing, but like, if I was to go buy some comics, that wouldn't be out the random. I've had comics sitting here for X amount of years because I collect comics. Sneakers sitting in my room for X amount of years that I've never even worn because I collect sneakers. But I'm just not a collector of video games or strategy guides. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
I have old stacks of like the GIs from like the 90s and the early knots. wondering how much those probably would end up valuing for, like old like magazines and stuff, like the Nintendo Powers and stuff. I gotta go back and see if I could find those.
KJ said, meanwhile, I went and spent a good amount. Yeah, KJ, I mean, I was happy to be there, but KJ was happy. KJ and Shane were both happy because they collect like games, like they're video game collectors. So they bought, they was going around haggling, doing their thing, buying
doing
games.
deals.
Yeah,
I love it.
Getting stuff off. It was dope. I was vibing, having a good time, just being there. That was just great. It was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. And I got to meet Squid Killer. Nice. Shout out to Squid Killer.
So it was just retro, right?
For the most part, it was just retro. But you'd run into some booths. Replayed was there. Replayed.
Nice.
They were there.
I had a feeling they were going to be there too.
I haven't been there in a while.
A couple of other local spots was there as well. There's one in Billerica called Boom Boom. They were there. Boom Boom Games. Or is it Bomb Boom? I think it's Boom Boom. But anyways, they were there as well. But yeah, so it's mostly retro games, but there are some booths that I saw that had like PS3 games, PS4 games. I didn't see any PS5, but I saw like PS3, PS4 and stuff like that, but it was mostly retro.
Well, now I gotta keep this place in mind. Let me see how far.
Some figures.
I can dig it.
Yeah, it was dope. But now that made me really want to go to Anime Boston, like really, because I've never been to Anime Boston.
Neither of us.
I did security at Anime Boston.
You did security?
I worked security at the Heinz one year. Anime Boston was there, so I was just vibing with everybody. Like it was like I was there, bro. Like it was dope.
Yeah, I don't even know what that
chill with them all the time.
I did Uber outside of Anime Boston one time.
Jeez.
I never.
Oh yeah, how many drop-offs did you have there?
No, it was coming from it.
Oh, from it? Oh, got you.
Yeah, coming from it.
So wait, Key, I'm about 20 minutes from you, right? And Boom Boom Games is about 50 minutes from me. So you trying to take a trip up there?
Up to what am I? I mean, if they got,
listen,
was it?
You trying to take a trip? Yes or no?
Was it Boom Boom? It was. I think it was Boom Boom. It might have been Boom Boom that had a Legend of Dragoon Kango figure. I think it was Boom Boom. And then it had a couple other figures. Like I'd go there to check out to see what figures they got, but like there's no the one I went to Replayed a couple times or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really. I bought like some PS2 games. I bought all of the Splinter Cell games, and I bought Final Fantasy 12 couple of years ago. Oh, KJ said the Congo figure was from the place from Lynn. Okay, so then I got Michelangelo from Boom Boom.
Okay.
And if that's the case, I definitely go back there because I'm trying to get Shredder.
Trying to get that Shredder. I already know that. Yeah.
I'm trying to get Shredder.
Y'all got to find out all the names of these local places. I didn't know there were like all these retro places around here. Like I'm trying to take this 4-hour drive to Video Games New York. Like, cause that's like one of the main. I've been in there that one time. That place is huge. They're also very expensive.
Nuts.
Oh, I've never been there.
Also very.
All that stuff is like graded and everything. It's crazy.
They're formal in there.
But yeah,
it's just a walk in. Just be like, take a look at the. But they have some stuff in there. That's all.
They have some stuff in there.
But if there's places way closer, like
KJ teacher, I do want to go to VGNY.
No, go. I suggest that.
I didn't know that these places had figures and statues. It's not something I've looked for before.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
So I definitely take a trip to see what they got. 100%, I would go. Now that I know.
So I asked if it was retro because I was wondering if they had happened to sell NFTs there also.
Yo, that was not a good one, but I'll take it.
It wasn't. We had continued down that road, so it had already spent. But whatever. I'm just gonna.
Earlier, when we were talking about 64
yep.
RAM, I was like, oh, he's definitely gonna go into something Nintendo. Man's waited this long for that segue.
I didn't want to interrupt y'all. Y'all was having a good time about he was having a good time about the whole.
Like we was just vibing, having a good old conversation.
I was trying to fit it in, and you kept it going.
Because I was just vibing, just talking. You know what I'm saying? Just cooling, just having a good time.
That was actually a legit question. No, that was actually a legit question.
You can't. You don't buy it. It ain't a cookie, bro. You don't just go to the corner store and buy an NFT. Like, yo, y'all sell NFT.
You say that now, but how? 30x. Who's to say that ain't going to be a thing in the future, though?
I mean, it could be, but you can't do that right now.
How am I supposed to know? You're the one that's
just walk up in here and be like, yo, y'all got metaverse in here for like in a size 2?
Listen, they have digital currency. Like, we can't touch this. Ethereum, Bitcoin, all that stuff. They have those on actual debit cards now. So why should it not be able to use digital currency to go into a place to purchase a digital something?
I contemplated getting one of those crypto credit cards one time, but like I was like, never mind.
But I canceled it because I'm like, I'm not about to get into this mess.
Somebody made a comment a couple years ago and was like, yo, I just bought a coffee with my Bitcoin, and they was like, yo, in a couple of years that's gonna be an expensive coffee. And here we are, and that coffee was probably a couple $100.
My man's just drank the most expensive cup of coffee. It doesn't even know it.
You know what? I'm good on that. Like, I'm good on that. I don't ever want to spend it like that in that type of sense. I'm good on that.
Yeah, right. Unless you're running a business and like that's how you receive, like, you know what I mean? You can.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, I'm not. Yeah, nah. You gotta leave that.
One of our large talking points last week was Meta. And you know that there ain't going to be anything physical in that. So, I mean, that's kind of what honestly brought up that question. Like, is there something that's happening now that they're going to implement in there, or
that Meta's going to implement
being
where?
Able to buy NFTs and like just walk into like a store and be like, yo, let me cop that. They have NFTs on display.
Well, that's what they said. But they're working. I mean, they're working on that. I mean, that's going to take whatever that's time.
Inside the metaverse?
What up? Mean? No, he means outside. Like you can go to a store and buy something for the. I mean, like you can do that pretty much now. You can go to a store and go buy Fortnite credit. You can go buy Minecraft credit right now at the store. So like,
but it wouldn't make any sense to have. And I mean, maybe actually. I don't even know how you would do that though, but maybe because something they could implement in the future. I only say this because like it wouldn't make sense to have it in a store because you can just go to like OpenSea.io and surf through X amount of them. And I was gonna say that okay, maybe that would make it more exclusive, even more exclusive if you have to go
if you had like a pop-up shop. Yeah, that'd be nuts.
To get that one specific NFT there. But I just don't know. They would have to have their own like store or whatever. I don't even know what OpenSea.io, what you call that. Maybe I don't know, but like I guess they would have to have their own store to
storefront.
Do that. I guess.
Yes.
Huh?
Brick and mortar.
Their own. I mean,
all you would have to do is go into the store and just trade them whatever. You send it to their wallet and that's it.
Yeah, but see, I don't know how you would own it. Like in what space? I guess you would own it in your wallet. I think it does go to the wallet. See, I don't have an NFT yet, so I don't know. Where it goes once you purchase it. Like I own an NBA one, but I own it within the NBA cyberspace.
I'm gonna say because it's built on Ethereum that it is a potential Ethereum asset, so it probably does end up going in a wallet, but I don't know. I don't know this.
I mean, it's blockchain, so it's definitely on the ledger. Like it has to go through multiple places, so I don't. Maybe it's a separate ledger or a separate wallet. I don't know. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how it works. I have ones that I'm eyeing. So one day I will learn more about how it works.
I actually want to look at them because I'm not too interested in myself. Which
really,
we went
over this.
As a detriment in the future because it is becoming everything. Essentially.
Yeah, bro.
It's creeping into wherever it originated from initially as a form of currency to entertainment. And now it's in our video games. We talked about it a little bit last week. And a company we all know is throwing their hat into the NFT ring. So this is why I'm like gonna start asking legit questions in regards to NFT because I'm gonna have to learn how it works because I'm gonna be interacting with it.
Ubisoft joins the block, yo, straight up.
Ubisoft on the blockchain.
Yeah, they have officially announced the intent to develop play to earn NFT and blockchain games. Like literally, you can play the game to earn NFTs or crypto, however they feel like doing it. But they've been eyeing this thing for a minute. It's not like they're like brand new in the space
for a few years now. Yeah. I see them putting a positive spin on the pay to win term, pay to win or play to earn. So you're gonna be spending money either way.
That's separate though. No, you're playing.
Yes, I know. I know it was a play on.
Darius says, I have two big concerns about crypto gaming. One is the price of entry as a barrier, and the other is that people tend to stop doing things they like when they get paid for them. So it no longer becomes something you do for fun, something as a hobby. It becomes like kind of just work. You're doing it as work, or you see it less than fun, more something you have to do.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how this thing's gonna go in terms of people making money off of it and doing it as their main source of income and things of that nature. I don't know when we'll get to that space, or I'm sure there's some people that are already in that space, but when it comes to the gaming, but I don't know. I think that's a case by case basis. Like some people love to stream every time they game. They can just get on and stream their game and whatever, and some people don't. So I don't know. I think that's a case by case thing.
Yeah, I don't know what Ubisoft is offering, but
people full work shifts playing video games and MMOs and such without getting paid. So you adding this incentive, it could be
says, they are paying their rent in the Philippines on a game called Axie. What's Axie? I've not heard of this Axie game.
There are so many MMOs and open world games over in the Oceania area that we don't know about.
Like I can play a game as my job to pay my bills and my lifestyle or whatever, and have it not be my favorite game or not be a game that I particularly care that deeply for, but I happen to be really good at it. You know what I mean? Like I'll have like a work care for it. Like, all right, I need to be good at it. I need to learn the strat. I need to all this stuff, but it might not mean as much to me as say like a Metal Gear or something like that. So like each individual game is its own thing. So one game might be work, so you burnt out on that game, but there might be 10 others that you're like, I can't wait to touch those. So I don't know if you'll get burnt out of gaming entirely because just that one part of it is for your livelihood. I don't know. I think it's a case by case.
I mean, for me being a full-time streamer, I can say that I am not burnt out of video gaming.
Yeah.
And I still try to video game as much as I possibly can. But I also separate my time. Like I video game all morning, and then I'll go like watch some anime, and then I'll continue to like video game in my spare time when I can as well. So like, I can say that I'm not burnt out. I've not been doing it very long though either. I'm under a year, so at this current stage, I'm not burnt out.
Yeah, like we were streaming a lot at one point during this whole thing. We're like we weren't working and things like, and it became like it definitely became a burnout for me. Like I was streaming too much for me. So like, but like I never was burnt out on the gaming aspect. So like I just think that's a person to person thing, because it's like the gaming part of it I'll never get tired of that ever. Like I love like you know what I mean. So I don't know how that might be for someone else, but like you stream so much and you're like, nah, bro, I can game 1,000 hours right now, and like
I'm fine.
And me not even loving the streaming of the game that much, I'm still loving the game. So I don't know. You talking some real gamers over here, yo. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is Axie Infinity, this rather interesting find from Darius. This is a Pokemon-inspired universe where players earn tokens. It's in early access, but apparently this is the #1 Ethereum game by daily, weekly, and monthly active users. And has generated over 13,000 Ethereum in revenue, which equates to 16 million.
Wow. That's a lot of
That's a
ETA.
big
This is
deal.
a early access game.
That's a big deal.
Generating this much money.
Oh, there's PvP battles in
There's
it as
PvP
well. Oh,
battles.
and there's cards?
Mm-hmm.
Wait
so
a
yeah,
second.
compete in PvP, you breed, some farming and all the other stuff. But yeah, it looks like there's a card system and such. Look like an Animal Crossing aspect over here, farming and collecting over here. I can see why this has generated as much money as it did.
Yeah, the game looks fun.
It's touching on so many aspects at once. So why wouldn't people spend their money on this?
Okay, that's spending money, but people are also making money on this as well. And I'm wondering,
that's the big deal.
How is it that, because they're receiving Ethereum, I'm assuming, how is it that they are also receiving Ethereum in this game?
Can you now you probably can trade the Pokemon and things and the potions within the space. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is a game that I'd like to look into. I don't know much
maybe
of anything.
This will answer your question. Starting in 2021, players can earn a governance token, which they refer to as AXS, which represents a real slice of the game universe as it governs rights and fee sharing built into it. So it looks like they have a fee system where they probably take fees for transferring and whatever other actions. However, since players can earn this token by playing, a Ready Player One type quest emerges where players can equally earn part of the universe. So yeah, so they'll have these random things you can do, and then they'll have these random games where there's a piece of the game up for grabs.
Oh, it has a marketplace.
Yep, and it has a whole marketplace and everything.
So it's the game tokens within itself that are pieces of shares, I guess you would say, of the game.
Right.
And then there's a marketplace on top of that. Oh, they doing it. They doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've never heard. The problem is, never heard of this. So, they're going to end up blowing up. They're making millions already in early access. I can see them gaining some notoriety on this side later, but I'm surprised to hear this.
Yo, this space is crazy. Like I found out that Square Enix is already all up in this space, and they have a manga, and it's like a manga series with a game. It's called I just had it. It's Mirror or something. Give me 1 second. And dude, it's Mirror Arthur, and they literally made cards for it, and the cards did well, and they're like, yo, these like the NFT cards, and they're like, they did well, like, but that was a proof of concept. They're like, we're about to ramp up. Like, they're like, we're ready. Like, we're going to have a robust plan to get into this space. Like, they're ready to go. Like, they're about to put a bunch of money into releasing NFTs and things of that nature. It's like Square Enix is about to do it.
I'm going to get one.
Yeah, like they teamed up with Double Jump Tokyo back in 2018. And they've been in the shadows and planning. And then they did this thing with Million Arthur. And they were like, it worked? Bet. And now they're ready to go crazy. It said NFTs have high affinity with our assets. Like they know that their characters, like think of Cloud and these iconic characters, bro. They're about to go nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And they all release NFTs are released at a limited bunch. So it'd be like
they have to have some uniqueness about them in order to have that appeal, right?
Yeah, but they'll come out, let's say a company, the company that I've been looking into, they drop 10,000 NFTs, but they're all unique in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how many of each character that they would drop.
Right. And you could drop them like NFTs are so particular, like the hat and that one is different than the shirt. So like you could literally have Cloud with all of his different weapons until you get to the ultimate weapon. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly.
And that one will be worth more. Like yo, they're about to go crazy.
They're gonna destroy wallets. Destroy wallets.
They're gonna be up in mine. I'm gonna grab that one.
Some people it will boost their wallets. You know, some people will get the right ones.
Listen,
make a killing, man.
In the end, someone is making out.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
This NFT thing is crazy.
But Ubisoft is all in.
Yeah,
yo, they've been all in for a minute.
Yeah, listen to all the stuff we just said about it. They probably said the same thing. It was like, why are we not in this? So they've been doing this for a little bit. I want to say 2018-ish, they started to show interest in it. They have their own I don't want to say conference, but they have their own system, kind of like Microsoft's and ID at Xbox and Nintendo Indies and things like that, where Ubisoft has these smaller companies come in and do their thing. And
they're a founding member of something called the Blockchain Gaming Alliance. This is news to me,
bro. I didn't know about it either,
bro. Like, and they're teamed up with like AMD, Atari, Gameloft, and like 50 other like blockchain and coins. Yo, there's so many companies that are a part of this thing. Like, yo, it's a movement. Like, blockchain gaming is for real, yo. It might seem like it's in the shadows right now. It's here. It's coming.
Because I got some numbers about the last company that Ubisoft actually interacted with in that particular round of funding that ensued. So the company that Ubisoft is currently backing, Animoca Games, they're currently marketing themselves as the global leader in branded blockchain gaming. A couple weeks ago, October 20th, they just gotten another $65 million, which they received some from Ubisoft. They were only one within that week that had gotten a boatload of money. There was another company, Concept Art. They got $25 million. Galaxy Interactive, $325 million. Bitcraft, $75 million. Sky Mavis, $152 million. If I keep going, I'm going to get into the billions. This is a $1 billion industry between these 10 companies I listed to you on this list.
Yeah.
I just learned about Axie Infinity. That's 11. How many? Listen, the money's out there.
Bro, when I was looking at the Blockchain Gaming Alliance, I was looking at all those companies. I'm just like looking through them. I'm like, dude, I know
them.
Like, but there was a lot of them I didn't know, which is the sickest thing, because it's like all these companies are out here making all this money off of this stuff. And it's like, yo, they really dove deep in and they're creating systems on top of the technology already. Like, it's way farther along than people think it is. Like,
you got to be forward moving, man. Forward thinking, always evolving. You have to always evolving.
Have to.
The CFO called it a revolution.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the future, dude. I think I listen.
I'm listening.
I failed history class, right?
Yikes.
But I'm pretty sure.
Yikes. Okay.
Pretty sure at one point people were like trading like gold bricks at one point people were like trading food and like thread and then moved on to like gold bricks and like diamonds and stuff, right? And then all of a sudden people just started trading paper. Like, they're like, paper, like why does paper have more value than a gold brick? Like, this doesn't make sense. And now I think we're moving forward to where like cryptocurrency is gonna have crazy, like one coin is worth $64,000.
It's about
the paper that we have is valid though. It's backed by resources.
Yeah, right.
It's backed by gold and trading contracts and things of that nature.
Yeah, but I mean, so is cryptocurrency. It's backed by
No, I like
dollars.
I'm agreeing with you. Like,
okay, yeah.
No, man, just always ready to fight. Like, I'm agreeing with you. Like, these coins are backed by all the things that they're making, the games, the NFTs. Like, it's called a blockchain. Like, it has to be verified by somebody as it goes through, so they have value. Like, it's people don't get that part yet because they're not there. They haven't put it together. Like, it's the same. Like,
I don't know.
Yo, Ty just said evolution isn't always key. Nintendo's online service operates on hamster wheels and they're still successful.
Don't worry. We'll get to them.
Lord.
We'll get to them.
I can't wait to get to that bit.
As a matter of fact, fine. We'll talk about them next, since you can't wait to get to them. But
I mean, they ain't wrong, man. They ain't wrong. Nintendo is
right. Like, crypto blockchain is here to stay, yo. It's here to stay. It's I really believe it's the way forward. So
it is.
Buckle up. We're in for a wild ride.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to completely take over. Although, I mean, who's to say 50 years from now
it should?
It there's a good high chance that it could be, that it could take over. Yeah. Everything would just be crypto at 50 years from now. It could, don't know. But there is at least a space for them to live side by side. That's
without
coming.
a doubt.
That's coming. It's essentially
I think that's
here.
already that's already here, bro. Like there's so many people who make so much money off this stuff, and they make money off of it and build companies and build like look at Musk. Like he speaks in the crypto world moves. Like
that's like, crazy how that happens.
There's proof of work stuff and there's proof of stake stuff in the crypto space already. So there's already stocks and ones that are actually valid. Like it's crazy already. Like people gotta catch up.
I don't. 50 years maybe there's too many security implications in regards to what's going on all this crypto stuff to make it the basis of everything. And one can argue to say that what's the difference between what's happening now and how people can hack into people's bank accounts and things like that. But with the attempted implementation of decentralization, it's gonna run rampant, and then there's gonna be external entities that want to try to intervene and do what they want to do, and this is gonna cause this whole ruckus. So I think before they even allow it to get to that point, they're gonna want to.
Well, yes, security is the number one deal, right? Like it's because of its finances and people's assets and things. So I think the more this comes out into the world and people learn more about it, security companies and security techs are going to get all over this thing and make sure that they find a way. Like it's going to grow. It's going to keep changing and evolving as it goes. Like the internet wasn't like this 20 years ago. It was way more, I guess you would say, unsafe. Like there are sections of the internet that are safer than others. You're never safe, you're online. But now there's sections that are safer than say 20 years ago. You can literally do whatever you want. Literally. Like now you still can, but there's more things in the way, I guess you'd say.
Also, I had to take over the phone line in order to get online 20 years ago.
Shoot.
There's some places where you still have to take over the phone line in order to get online.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the got the hot connection if that's the case.
So yeah. Ubisoft making waves in more way than one. Finally, some positive news out of them, other than the backlash that they've been receiving recently, which is actually how I was going to start that topic. They were getting bashed on their investor call in regards to all the delays and all the workspace stuff that's been going on. But they was like, nah, we got this NFT solution. Listen to us real quick.
And they was like, oh, tell us more. So like, yo, we'll get you more money so we don't rush our games, bro. Jeez.
Oh, that would be so interesting. Knowing the possibility of how much money this could bring in, will they still risk crunch and rushing games and such? Releasing 30% games and then calling them live service and improving them over time?
I kind of think so, honestly. I just feel as though, how do I say, it's worked this well this long. Why change now? Like we're never like that saga is over. We've lived it and it's done for the most part. Like some companies will still bless you, but like the whole like you get a whole game and then DLC is legit DLC is over. Like you can sell partial games now and sell the rest as DLC or as an update later on. Like that's just our new normal. Like that's just what it is now.
Like you can make as the technology as it goes forward, there's going to be a lot of things you don't like about it, and there's going to be things you don't like. Like there's going to be things you like and things you don't. And the fact that we're in this space where data is so transferable, you can charge for data. Like literally, like you can cut it up into pieces. Like
those minutes, we had minutes.
We used to pay for minutes. We used to pay for minutes. So
we used to pay for. I think you can still pay for minutes, right?
Like international and stuff. But I'm sure there are still some plans where you can just buy. You know what? Let me get the minutes plan.
You know what?
I'm here for the weekend. Let me get some minutes.
Get some minutes. Like, man. Call me after 9.
Yeah, Verizon. Talk me on with 200 minutes real quick.
Like 200 anytime minutes? Yeah. I need those.
Minutes.
Need those.
I forgot the saga of 9 p.m. cell phone calls.
Yeah.
That style of dev is here to stay. What I don't understand is how come crunch happens? Like, why does this happen? Well, I guess you have to have a release date, right? Like you have to in video games, you have to.
You don't have to. I mean, look at all these early release games, early access games. I mean, all these early access
indie
games
though, right? Like, does Ubisoft have like an early access game that they just have? Well, Blizzard does. Well, no, it was beta. Fortnite is beta, quote unquote, beta.
I mean, the bigger companies, I mean, maybe not as much, or maybe they're smaller produced dev teams, but not like they're big AAA teams. Like Insomniac doesn't have Wolverine early access. Is not a thing. That's not happening.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like they have to have a release date, right? Like that's why crunch happens, because
yeah, they definitely want a release date because it builds hype. I'm marking this down. This is coming out. You start to build hype for it, like, and they can plan a marketing and ad schedule for that. Like, it's very important to marketing people to have a date. They need a date. They need a due date. They need one.
The whole coming soon. Oh yeah, coming soon. People gonna start losing. Yo, fam, when is this coming?
Yeah.
Like, what's good?
I don't know though, bro, because like Final Fantasy 16 still don't have a date, but people are on that. I mean, it could be the name.
I mean, it's only been like a year since it got announced.
Huh? It's
not a long time.
Okay.
Now imagine Final Fantasy Versus 13 coming soon. Who was waiting for 10 years?
That was the thing, though.
And we were upset about that. At least I was.
All right, here, fine. We have a date. I mean, nah, this ain't the date. And then,
I didn't even buy 15. Someone let me use it. I was like, oh man, I don't really care.
I mean, yeah, but like, that's one versus the many, though. You know, like I'm sure there's thousands of people that was upset versus however many people, tens of thousands that actually bought the game.
Or like,
you know what I mean?
Effing finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stash it. Look at on Kingdom Hearts. Same thing with 3. How long was that? 10, 11? How many years?
Kingdom Hearts 3, as far as I know, didn't have any crunch, and the game was just bad itself. Like it wasn't like
there was no like crazy crunch stuff.
Yeah. And when that game was announced, people like were freaking like dying. Like they couldn't, like they was excited out of the wazoo for it. They couldn't wait.
Yeah. Like, because even though it was 15 years from the last like numbered main name game, they had released a bunch of games.
There were all those canon games
that played very similar to it. So people were just already excited. Like the Kingdom Hearts, like the diehards, like the real, like the Kingdom Hearts fans who didn't just play 1, 2, 3 were like already ready, up to speed. Like, but I wasn't. I was like 15 years behind. I only played Chain of Memories and I think Breath by Sleep, but one of them, and that was it. I hadn't played any other ones.
Yeah. I played 1, 2, and Chain of Memories. So I was shocked. I was like, oh, a Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming. That's crazy.
I forgot that even existed.
And I was like, if they change the date again, I'm not going to get it. And they didn't change the date. They kept the date and I bought it. I was like, if they change the date from this date again, I'm not buying this game. And they didn't change the date. It came out. Like, I guess I got to get it.
How many?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know about how I feel about like. Well, I guess I don't know. I just don't. I'm not buying having a release date sells it more. I just don't. I don't know.
It's not.
I just don't think so. I don't know.
I get it.
And I just feel like they give it. I just think they give it release dates to sell to like their investors or whoever it is.
That's who I'm talking about. Yeah. The money people, they have to create an ad campaign. That's who I'm talking about, not us.
Talking about to the people. You said marketing. I thought you were talking about to the people. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Literally, I said they have to create a marketing schedule. We don't make their marketing schedule. They do.
But then you started talking about like people being upset that the game doesn't come out on X release date or something along the other. Like you start talking about the people.
Well, right. It goes both ways. Like I think the marketing system, like you have to give them a date so they can create a marketing engine, and then that marketing engine gets transferred to us. Like if they keep telling, like for some people, not all, like obviously not you, but for some people, like when you keep saying something's coming out and it doesn't come out, they lose interest. A lot of people do lose interest. Not everybody, but some people do lose interest. It's like, all right, they said that before, and they said that before, and they said, and you start to fall off.
But wait, yeah, but wait, that's when the project is ready, though, right? Like when it's about ready to be dropped, right? Doesn't a release like don't companies say, yo, I need you to have this game made in 3 years? Like, don't companies do that? If I'm not mistaken,
right? Like they have a set, like they have a date in mind.
AAA companies required.
You have to have a date in mind. Yeah.
From what I typically see, it's like, okay, we have this idea. Let's whiteboard it. So they whiteboard it, and then they take a look at every asset that's potentially needed, their cost and all that such, and they estimate a time. And from that time, they could gauge a date. They won't necessarily, you have X years, do this. It's the other way around, typically.
Because
that's not to say it's everywhere.
It's probably case by case as well. Game by game or studio by studio. It all depends.
Yeah, because I mean, like, crunch happens. And it's just like, well, a date was already promised. And it's not like we can just keep on, like, for instance, what's old boy's name? What's CD Projekt Red?
Yeah.
They had to push it back 100 times. And it was just the final straw. Like, you can't push it back no more. Like, you actually have to release it. And when they did release it, it wasn't ready. Now let's take it to Amazon with New World. That they own their own thing, so they can release it whenever they want. They said, "Yo, it's coming out this day." Never came out. Never came out. Years later, never came out. Never came out. Never came out. And it finally came out. A month ago or something like that. About a month ago, and they got to release it. Not when they originally said, but when they wanted to. When they felt like that they could.
So they are one in a haystack.
Well, they own themselves, like indie. They're essentially an indie company, kind of like they own themselves.
Indie companies are typically at the whim of the publisher, so not necessarily, but then there are some that could be like, oh, but publish it whenever, just make sure it's good.
Yeah, but most indies, they do their own thing. They do the publishing and the development. Like now we're starting to see indie teams be bought by Sony and Microsoft and all that, but they do their own thing. They do whatever they want whenever they feel like it. Like he was just saying, like if you build the hype up like an organic ground zero, like that's the way indies do their thing. That's how they build it from the ground up. Like sometimes they might get a showcase here or there, but you gotta you gotta grind to build your following, and then they release the game. Like that's what Amazon did with New World. They build a following with it. So I guess the times are changing in that regard, but I know for myself, like when it keeps getting delayed, I start to lose interest in it.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's fair. And I'm sure some people do. I'm sure people do. Yeah.
I just don't know about it, so I don't lose interest. And then it comes back with like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rude. But that doesn't always apply.
I'm like hyped for something, I'm hyped for it until it drops.
And then that's it. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Some yes, some no.
Yeah, some yes, some no. Right.
Yeah.
Like if you release something that is it's not even normally in my wheelhouse, but it looks cool, and then you keep delaying me, I'm good. I'm out. But if it's like something I'm really passionate about, like Metal Gear 6 or something like that, all right, I'll be upset, but I'm so tied to that thing that I'll wait for it. But some things I'm like, don't care. You took too long. I'm playing this other thing. I'm doing this other thing. I'll get to it when I get to it.
I would say the two companies that are doing it smart are Rockstar and Bethesda, but they're being silly and just re-releasing their previous blockbuster games, thinking that people are still interested in that. Yo, why did y'all just re-release Skyrim?
That just reminded me. Bethesda did that with Starfield, right? It's called Starfield. Starfield and
Yeah, Starfield.
Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. We don't know nothing about nothing with Starfield, like nothing.
Yeah.
Do we even, does it have a drop time? Does it have a release date yet?
11 plus 11.
Whenever.
It's 11/11/22.
11/11/22.
Yeah, it is 11/11/22. Yeah.
It was the 11-year anniversary of 11/11/11.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the release date, but they said we got the Far Cry. We got the Elder Scrolls 6 like teaser world. Y'all remember that? It was like y'all remember that? It showed like Greenland, and it was like it was like Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I remember they came out with a statement like, we're not even done
fam, we're not even done with the story.
We're not even done boarding that game. Like that's not even on there.
Don't expect this until so what was the point of that? You know what I mean? Like, what was the point of them showing us that?
To finally answer the question, because they had been asking it since, about 5-6 years after a game. I was like, yo, where's the next one? So they because it's been 10 years now. So
it's like just now, like Ubisoft is telling us that they have the intent to develop, and that's big news. Like in the tech world, like one little thing like that, like them announcing that we are making it is news. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So like now there's no date on that thing yet. Like they haven't even finished Starfield or whatever it's called.
Yeah, they just said, yo, don't even think about it until at least after Starfield drops. Yeah.
Right.
So
and that has a set release date.
So that's 1 year. And then Elder Scrolls games typically take about 10 years to make. So we're looking at about a 2030 release.
Yeah, bro. I'm not expecting Elder Scrolls 6 for at least a couple of years.
Either of the 6s to like the middle end of this current decade.
They gotta let Starfield kind of just like
marinate.
They gotta marinate a bit. Yeah, they gotta you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't give a Starfield
I'm thinking 3 to 5 years.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I'm thinking.
26, 27.
But from the release date of Starfield.
Yeah, 26, 27.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm cool with that.
You gotta let Starfield marinate a little bit.
Right.
Hurts to say.
I think because it's all new stuff. I hope not, because they got Microsoft and all this stuff.
Now here's the risk you run.
It might be glitchy.
But no, because we kind of did the math. Like the generations have been lasting a little shorter, like 6 to 7 years now, because consoles lasted forever back then. You'll either be on the end of this generation or at the beginning of the next one. Do you want this to be like the generation
3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years after Starfield.
We'll be peaking.
Nah, bro, they've lasted longer now. The gens were 6 years, because we had this conversation.
Okay, so it released last year. It's been out for a year now. Starfield is coming out next year. At that point, it'll be 2 years. Now you're saying 5 to 6 years. That'll be 7 to 8 years. The end of the generation. 3 to 5,
3 to 5.
A total of 7 to 8 years at that point of the console release.
Yeah. I don't mind the game coming out at the end of the gen. I don't mind that.
No, that's what I'm asking. Like, that's the kind of now, and we're gonna possibly get in the same mess that we did then. Like, oh, are they gonna make the PS5, PS6 release, all the other stuff? There's a whole bunch of potential.
That comes waiting that long. Generation. That's.
I think honestly, I think it's gonna drop during peak like performance of the console. Because right now we're still learning what the capabilities are and things like that,
and so are they.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Them, they are. They're still learning what they can do with the consoles, and right now, and then later, a couple of years down the line, it's going to be peak performance. Like, oh, we can really go stupid with this, and then that's when Elder Scrolls 6 will come out.
Because the average gamer is thinking about the person like creating a game on that hardware, right, or for that hardware. But like, I'm like, but like we go like, okay, who's creating software to make software on this hardware? You know what I mean? Like, they're still figuring that out. Like, there's gonna be updates on all these new engines that are coming. Like, bro, I think we're in good hands. I think it's gonna drop around like peak performance or like toward the end, like 50% and later into the console's lifespan as opposed to sooner. Because I don't think you want to rush that, especially you have Starfield coming. Like, you don't gotta rush that.
Not Elder Scrolls. Ty says, I thought generations were typically 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
The PS3 was 8, right? Or something?
The PS3 was from 13 to 19/20. So, 6.
The
19.
4
The
was
4
from 13 to 20.
13 to 20. Yeah. Oh, the 3. The 3 is from 06 to 13.
Mm-hmm.
So 7. The 3 was from 06 to 13.
The 2 was from 00 to
06.
06, 07.
Are they getting longer?
They're getting longer. The 4 was 13 to 20, so that's 7 years.
7 years.
6.5, 7, yeah. So
about 7 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Still
like the
fits with my estimation, yeah.
Like the PS2 was 2000 to 2006, but they kept making.
But they made games for
10 years.
To literally not a few years ago. Honestly, they stopped making games for it.
Bro, it was crazy. They were like that we've officially stopped all production on like new PlayStation 2 games. And like they were still having devs make games for it. It's crazy.
SNES games were formerly being made until 02 before they stopped. Like SNES. Crazy. So yeah.
J negative gaming. PS2 is the exception. Yeah,
PS2 is, I think it still is.
But I mean, how long would they make PS3 games? When was the last PS3 game made?
It's possible PS3 game are still being made.
So then that would make the PS2 not an exception.
Yeah, make it not an exception.
Are PS3 games, not fames, games still being produced?
Bro, Shakedown Hawaii, August 2020? No way.
Shakedown, a PS3 game was made in 2020?
No way. Hold on, let me see this.
The last game released was Shakedown Hawaii on August 20, 2020.
There you go. There you go. They still making PS3 games.
Wow.
That's nuts.
And we in the PS5, and they're still making PS3 games.
Yeah, right here. Look, I'll put it right here.
Yeah.
This is wild.
So cool. I love that.
Shakedown Hawaii. Look at this. Steam, Epic, Switch, 3DS, Wii U, PS5 43 Vita.
PS5 43. That thing done lived through all the generations.
It is.
Bro,
this game is here.
The last game made for the PS2 was Pro Evolution Soccer 2014.
Yikes.
Which was released November 8th, 2013. That console lasted
13 years,
bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's insane.
Yeah, these consoles, I don't know, they're just lasting. At least they're
until their upgrades come out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, past when their upgrades come out. Excuse me. Crazy.
I had a good segment and I completely forgot. Oh no, I didn't. We was talking about the video games and such, and it reminded me of this image that I brought this up that I found this morning of if I'm remembering correct, I don't think that's Ridge Racer, but I'm just gonna say it is. Like, look at the difference between panels 1 and 2 on the top and the Xbox on the bottom. I just thought that was hilarious to look at.
So nuts, because like we've been a part of all of those gens.
All of them.
Every
top down to my car, to behind the car, to in the car, to VR in the car.
It's crazy.
All of those.
Isn't the Castro car? Isn't that Rally for Sega Saturn?
That has to be a Supra. So that's gonna be an older.
Is that not Sega Rally? I feel like I had this game or I played that game.
I don't know what game this is. It's bothering me. I don't want to say it's GT either.
On the
top left got to be GTA, I think. Right? That's GTA 1 or 2.
I have no idea. It could be.
I don't think so.
But
it could be an actual racing game of that era.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. But I feel like the top right is Sega Rally. I think it is.
It's either Sega Rally or Ridge Racer or GT, one of those.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like one of those PlayStation 1 era ones. PlayStation 2 probably, like early PS2.
So much time on the early
The thing about the generational leaps now, the one like the section on the bottom is like you have to have like the hardware to see that stuff. That's the thing. Like you can buy the newest console, but like you might not have the 4K display with the 3D audio. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that. Like you look at things like now that are like ultra 4K HD, you can see depth and layers to things that you can't see on regular like HD and things of that nature. It's a different experience. It's a completely different experience.
Speaking of high definition, depth, and graphics, and things looking pretty, I want y'all to take a look at this and tell me what y'all think.
What are you having us take a look at to tell you what we think?
We talked about a game similar to this some months ago that came from a Chinese studio called Wukong.
Oh yeah, Black
Myth. Game came out of nowhere from a studio we hadn't heard of, and it looked amazing. TiMi's doing the same thing.
Yeah. They also have a Lost Soul Aside is coming out of there too. That looks crazy.
So yeah, we got a announcement from TiMi Studios. From those that aren't aware of who they are, if you play Pokemon Unite, or Call of Duty Mobile, you played the TiMi Studios game.
I got a better one for you.
Hit me.
What's that?
Arena of Valor.
Oh, here we go. Arena of Valor, the flop that ended up being
Arena of Valor didn't flop?
On our side in comparison to Honor of Kings.
No, it's an adaptation.
This is an adaptation. Yeah. So Honor of Kings is a MOBA that was released in the East. Wild popular. You thought League of Legends has member count? Honor of Kings is gonna put that to shame. 100 million versus however many League of Legends guys. It don't even matter. Huh?
He said it don't even matter.
It don't.
8 million last year.
8 million versus 100.
Don't matter, bro.
The game is so popular, they had to make this.
I mean, they didn't have to.
They didn't have to, but it just made absolute sense. Look at this damn game.
I thought it was wild to me that Tencent. So TiMi Studios is a Tencent company. Because I feel like you gotta say that because some people hear Tencent they run away and things. So I just want to be clear, this is a Tencent game, but it definitely looks like Monster Hunter. It definitely like Monster Hunter World or something like that, like their version of it.
I don't know. All I saw them do was fight one.
I need way more.
We need way more because you can wow me with this all you want, but if we all have different likes here. Like there's some of us that are very important to the system, story, all other stuff. You got to have the aspects to drag us in, to keep us in, because it looks sick. Like, I'm very interested in this.
Right, like this is just an announcement trail. Like, we're making this thing. We have like some sort of concept here. Pay attention to us. It's not like they're not showing you any structure. There's no structure of how any of the game works besides like this is what it should look like when you're fighting.
It's an open world RPG is all we know.
Right. That's what they're saying. And I hope it's an open world RPG and it's not an open area RPG like Monster Hunter World or Pokemon Arceus, whatever it's called.
Arceus.
Yeah.
Arceus. And
that's
what I don't want.
That hurt a little bit hearing that.
That Pokemon Arceus thing?
Yeah, how it looked.
Man, listen,
deceived. Like I didn't want to, but I did.
To be fair to them, you said they said open world at one point, right?
They said open world in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then never mind. Then
open world is open world. Clarified. Man. Yeah. Like don't say the open areas are open worlds. Like, nah, bro. Like I'm on a big level. Like let's call it what it is.
You've done it once in Sword and Shield. You have, what is it called? The wild area.
Area.
Yeah, that's open world ish. Like if you were going to build it off that system, just be like, oh yeah, based on Pokemon Sword and Shield's wild area system or whatever. And be like, okay, I know what that is. I know what to expect. Not almost the equivalent of what we're looking at right now, but in Pokemon, obviously. And then you tell me we're boxed in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this game is. I can't judge it. I can't judge it on any of that type of stuff because we don't know. We don't know. We don't know if it's going to have a central hub and you're going to bounce from world to world. I mean, they're saying it's open world. So when I hear open world, I'm thinking more along the lines of Horizon Zero Dawn or Division 2, where it's literally open.
Where
your friend can be on the other side doing something completely different from you, and you're in the house like leveling up your character, and then you decide to go to the shop. Like that is what is my understanding of an open world game. You can literally
is this
go
online?
Into whatever. What's up?
Is this game online?
This here?
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't think they said.
We don't know. Okay.
To be honest, and we want to start to see this trailer right here is basically all we know.
It's all we have to know, and it's basically only showing you like kind of what the world looks like and what the fighting will look like. Like that's all you know.
So yeah, the fight just commenced. We're pulling out. Now they're still fighting over there, but so
yeah.
I guess
they're trying to prove that concept too. Yep.
Yeah, like look, that fight's still going on. Oh yeah, the world's living. Like they're still fighting over there, and then you can come over here and do all this other stuff.
Well, there's somebody else in the space riding the giant Pokemon having a tea. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what this is. It's graphically pleasing.
It is.
It's flashy. It's beautiful to look at. Like if you think Genshin or something like that looks good, this thing blows that stuff out of the water. This thing looks crazy.
The graphics look really great, yeah. And I said this previously that I like that games are now. Well, I guess they've always been doing it, but I like the way the darker tones look in video games these days. It looks so good to me, so good.
Yeah, they're deeper. They're like more on a. Yeah, well, I don't see anything like, shouting at me. Be like, oh yeah, look over here. Just like this is the landscape. This is the landscape. Landscapes are typically darker, like you said.
So. Yeah, I just like the darker tones. I don't really. I tried to say this before. I think B helped me with it last time I was trying to explain it. But just like the dark, like Dokkaev is essentially it's like a bright, fun game, but the tones in it are darker and it looks.
Yeah, it's like the color palette looks more realistic. It looks more
realistic.
Like even though you know it's a cartoon or it's animated, like they want you to know it's animated. Like they want you to know it looks like something from like a Nickelodeon or Adult Swim. But also we can use like a realistic color palette to make it look almost realistic. It's almost like a hybrid of the two worlds coming together.
I like that better. They have realistic color palettes. I like that. Yeah, like, that's what I'm going to say from now on.
That's what it like. This thing looks real, but you can still see the fantasy elements.
It's anime, like it's anime, but like with a realistic color palette. Yeah, I like that.
I think I could walk down that street right there, but fam, this fantastical whale with the wings up here, like come on now,
right? Yeah, and like I'm all for that. Like that's another level of immersion to me. Like it feels like okay, this is almost realistic. I could almost be in this space with a giant dragon whale flying above me. I could almost be in this space. Like we're at that point. Like we're at that point where our visuals are starting to look like that, and it's getting crazy. Like to where they can tease you with this type of stuff and get you super excited, and then change the game on you, like Crimson Desert. Like you know what I mean? Like so, I'm excited for this to pay attention to it, to see what it looks like, see how it gets structured. Like, is it like Monster Hunter? Is it like this? Is it like how does this structure work? We don't know.
So Norwegian champion Arena of Valor is a league of, what a MOBA game on the west side, right?
Yeah,
on the west side.
It's an international adaptation of Heroes of whatever this one's called.
Honor of Kings.
Honor of Kings.
Yeah, so basically it's the west side version of Honor of Kings. It did not do well here. That's a MOBA game. Yeah. So Honor of Kings is a MOBA game as well, but it did amazing over there on their side. So now they're like, all right, let's take Honor of Kings over to the west side, but let's give them what they like, those RPGs them kids like over there. So they're giving us an open world RPG version of Honor of Kings.
Tencent wanted League to make a mobile version, and they were like, nah, bro. So all right, well, we'll have TiMi do it. Fine. And they made $267 million off of the mobile version of this game last year alone. 267 million USD. Like it's the biggest mobile game in the world.
They said it is the biggest mobile game. They said in September 2021, highest earning mobile game of all time, worth more than $10 billion since 2015. With $2 billion in the first eight months of 2021. So by August, they made $2 billion this year alone.
They are vexed.
While I was doing like all my research on this, I was watching the 2021 grand final for the game. They go hard, bro. They go hard.
But League did make a mobile game. What was it called? Rift?
Rift. It's just called something. I just had that come like fan.
But they finally came out with it.
It's too late.
Wild Rift. League of Legends Wild Rift.
That's what it is. Wild Rift. Yeah, but it was too late.
It's too late. That's
now you the small fish in the pond.
Yeah, now you should have just listened. You should have been progressive. You should have tried to move forward.
If Tencent is even looking in your direction, sign the papers.
Wait a second, though.
Sign the papers.
I mean, maybe when was what was the name of that game? Diablo Unlimited Immortal. Yeah, when was that announced? Because if it was before 2015, I can see their reluctancy. But if it was after, then y'all bugging.
2018.
No, that was 2018.
2018? Oh, they was bugging. Yeah, I don't know what they was thinking.
They was bugging.
Bro, it don't matter, bro. Like
it doesn't matter.
I think you bugging, period. Cause like it might not be like how y'all just said, like it was over there. So like you gotta think we can make a bunch of money over there because mobile gaming is the end all. It's the money. It's what they do. So like you gotta think, all right, maybe on this side we can keep the league and whatever, and then working on Valorant and make the mobile game for over there. Like you could release it there first before you even. But it wasn't thinking like that. It wasn't being progressive.
No, I agree. I would just say I would understand their reluctancy if Immortal because that thing, it was bad. That whole thing was really bad on their behalf, and they tried to go mobile with it. So I would understand it more. I don't understand it at all. Why they would say no to progression at all right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when they asked them to do it, but
well, they had to be by 2015 if that's when they released the game themselves.
Yeah. Like 2015 is like, bro, mobile gaming. Like you might not like it. It might not be booming where you at, but it's booming around the world.
Yeah. Wildin'. I don't know.
Wildin'.
Well, that's their business. You know, they are kicking themselves right now with this missed opportunity, but people are going to continue to play League, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say it's crazy because I hear about League more, but I forgot it's not popular over here, and that's why.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even hear about Arena. What is the name of that game called?
Arena of Valor.
Arena of Valor
when it was over here, but it was a major flop. But
I played it on Switch.
Did you?
Flop. Mm-hmm. There was a game.
It's just a MOBA. Like
yeah.
The
MOBA like space is crazy crowded. Like
that one is the same. Like it just didn't hit here.
There was a Star Ocean game that came over here. It was probably at the time the best gacha game that I ever played. I just stopped playing it because I just stopped playing. That's what I do with my mobile games. And then one day I went,
just put them down.
Yeah, I just don't play. I'm just not in tune with mobile games. But I went to go get it again and it was gone. And I was like Googling and it was like, yeah, it didn't do good on the West side. So they took it off the market. They took it off the store. I was like, dang.
One of the very first gacha games I played, Auto Raid RPG. It was this card-based thing. It was actually really cool. Same thing. Didn't do well over here. And I actually put money into that damn thing too.
I put money into Dragolia
Lost?
Dragalia Lost, yeah.
I put a little money in it.
That's the only gacha game I ever beat.
Oh, you beat it?
I didn't put a single dollar into that game, but I beat it. Yeah.
I mean, I did the whole thing. I thought like $5 just to get some gems real quick, Speed
I got some gems. I was doing the world building thing. I like to play games, like play them, like those type of games. Like, okay, I used to play DFFOO heavy, right? I don't think I ever put any money into DFFOO, but I used to play that game so much and so heavy. I got out of it, and then I got back into it. Like, yo, why did I ever leave this game? This game is amazing. But like,
and now you're
everybody else, huh?
And now you're out of it again.
Yeah, I left it again. Everybody else around me, nobody cared about the game. Like, they just played the game to play the game. I'm like, yo, did you see this part of the story? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was playing the game to like, cause I want to play a game like.
And they were already in game. They were already done with all of that stuff.
No, they don't. It's not even that. Like, they just didn't care about the story. They were just playing the game because it was a game that they could play. Oh, let me go get these gems. Let me go do this mission. Like,
right. Like, they were grinding the game because they liked to grind it, not really caring for what was going on.
Right, not caring about the story or anything like that. And like I've always said, I want an RPG on my mobile device. Like,
yep,
a legit RPG and not a gacha game.
Oh, we got this Fantasian, bro.
Oh yeah, we got Fantasian now.
We got it.
And
it's a good one
to release.
That's a good game.
Yo, that's just that fight. That
and it's 2 discs, right? It's 2 discs.
It's 2 discs, indeed. It is indeed.
Yes.
2 discs.
What they need to do is try to release that on Switch. Stop playing around. That's the perfect
I got out
Switch
of it
game.
because it was just.
But
yeah.
Speaking of Switch, the online segment of their offerings got an expansion pass.
Yep.
Unprecedented. Never heard of that before. We got to talk about DLCs and how they've changed video games and such. And now Nintendo's over here offering an expansion pack on an online service.
Yep.
You purchase it, you'll get your previous benefits and the ability to play Nintendo 64 games, Genesis games, And if you own the game, you got DLC from the latest Animal Crossing, I believe.
Yeah. They give you so you're getting now when you join them, if you get the expansion pack, you're getting the Nintendo library, the Super Nintendo library, a Sega Genesis library, and a Nintendo 64 library, and all of them with varying to a lot of online capabilities. Like you can play those old games with your friends and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Some games up to 4, some games up to 2, depending on the platform.
Win back.
I'm finally going to get a game of win back potentially.
Yes, we always needed more than 2, bro.
I never played the N64 version though.
Me either.
Oh yeah, so y'all about to play the inferior version.
We got Switch controls, and everything's where it needs to be now, so it's fine.
See, Decaves is on my type of energy. Decaves says, shout out to Decaves one time for the one time. I know there are good games, but there are emulators. If it is for free, then it is for me. And I'm so with that energy.
He also asked, is it worth buying the expansion? I haven't bought it yet.
I've not bought it either.
None of us have purchased it yet. And
I haven't bought it yet.
We'll touch on it a little bit, and we'll let you answer that question for yourself. So, like B mentioned, you get those benefits. And before it even released, people were already complaining about it. In particular, the price. No matter which one you choose, you are more than doubling your yearly subscription cost.
Yeah.
So right now, individual non-expansion, I believe, is $20. That's been pushed up to $50
for the year. For the year.
These are yearly prices.
Very clear. It's for the year.
Don't be like me and paying $4 a month. Don't do that. That's very expensive.
Crazy.
So yeah, 20 individual, 50 with expansion. And then I want to say it's 35 for
it's
family.
35 for family, which is
no
6
expansion.
people.
It's 6 people, by the way. So if you want to do some division, $6 per person, essentially.
Link up with 5 other people. Do that. Just do that.
Whereas with the expansion, it is $80.
It's 80. Yep.
Yep, $80. So twice the 35 is 70. So yeah, this will cost you 80. Yes, you still get those 6 people, and those 6 people can partake in the Genesis and 64 libraries, which technically makes that the only worth it option.
Yeah, that's the most viable option.
It's the 80?
The 80. Yeah. Instead of an individual paying 50, you could split that 80 by 6.
Bro, I feel the family plan is the only viable option, no matter you get the expansion or not.
Well, yeah, even so, yeah, 20 for an individual.
$35 for a year for 6 people. Bro, 6. That's insane. No one else is doing that.
No one else is doing
sharing at all. Yeah.
Xbox and PlayStation ain't doing it. Like a year of Game Pass is $120. A year of PS Now is $120. And it's just you.
Game Pass is $120? Wow, I didn't know that.
If you do the monthly.
At the low end, it's $9.99.
Yeah, if you do the monthly, that's $10 by 12.
Is there a yearly of Game Pass? I was looking for it. I couldn't find one. And the only one I found was a $120 card. And I was like, oh, it's just the same price. So there's no yearly for that. So you're paying $80 for 6 people.
I just did my PS Plus for
PlayStation Plus has one, yeah.
Yeah, I just did mine for $30. I literally just renewed for 50% off, so I'm good right
That's
there.
nice. But now PlayStation Plus is separate from PlayStation Now.
Yes, it is.
So PlayStation Now, you would have to buy $60 for the year for that as well.
Let's see if I can find that one too. But yeah, if I can get both for one, that'd be sick.
$120 for PlayStation.
Oh, it's $120 for PlayStation if you want all of the stuff. It's $120 for Game Pass. If you want everything, you need Ultimate, which is more than $120.
Yep, that's 15 by 12, which is
so this is the biggest value.
This is the biggest value.
The biggest value.
Believe it or not, despite those price differences we just said, and it was still a pain point.
That's because you can't do nearly the stuff you can do on
because
but you can do that stuff for free on Xbox. You can join
do that stuff for free on Xbox.
PlayStation, you can join the party chat and all that stuff for free. You don't need the PSN or you don't need PS Now.
So that's kind of a moot point, honestly.
Oh yeah,
you don't need it. You don't have to.
Oh yeah, you don't need online. No. That's true.
You can't play the games online with your friends.
Right.
And you can't on here either unless you buy the service. So I don't know. Like we go all in on Nintendo a lot here, especially me and Key. But I think this wasn't horrible.
But hear me out though. They don't offer you no free games either.
What do you mean?
The library?
Nintendo. No, you know how PlayStation gives you 2 games a month.
About the monthly free game thing?
Oh yeah.
Like, okay. I'm about to say, what are you talking?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah, so that's another thing that you get there. It's fair.
I mean, you better if I'm paying 120/180.
Yeah, for one person.
For an individual, you got
even still with that, how many of those games do you play? Like I play a lot of them.
Me personally? I mean, that's gonna vary per person. It's just the fact that you get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's as horrible as a value as I thought when I first saw it. But no, this is actually not bad.
I mean,
this isn't horrible.
And yes, this is even in comparison to what you are receiving. Like you said, that sans the ease of setting up parties and games with your friends and such. That there is no like online coalescence as far as Switch Online is concerned.
You gotta have a whole social security card to invite somebody that you haven't played a game with before.
Yeah, a lot of the games on Nintendo side are still in the dark ages as far as invites are concerned.
Somebody said they rolling on a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Which is why I was relatively surprised that when we played Mario Golf back then, it had a native invite system. It was extremely pleasing to see.
Which is dumb because if you're already in the game, you have to restart the game. Nintendo, I could never back Nintendo. I just can never. I could never. They are dumb. They're a really dumb company. I don't understand them. I'm sorry. I just don't understand. If you're in the game and you send somebody an invite to the game has to restart. Like you have to leave the game and go back into the game in order to join that invite that you got.
Trash.
That makes no sense.
Bro, their online stuff is definitely not like the other ones.
It's not mature at all. They've always been behind, and
they are so behind.
That's all there is to it.
They are. It's not like you're literally. I think it's the cheapest because it's the least. It's the least functional one. Yeah, like you get what you pay for.
Yeah, I dare you. We would be having a very different conversation if these prices were any different. If they were closer to PS/Xbox.
Oh, it's completely different for me. Like I feel like $80 for 6 people isn't bad. Like especially if you're splitting it, or even if you're not, it's not bad. $80 for 6 people is insane.
Hey, if my pops was paying $80 for all of his kids to be able to play online, he's happy.
I'm saying
he's happy,
right? And they're all playing Mario Kart. They're all like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's tremendous value, but also as we learn with the free PlayStation Network, with tremendous value sometimes comes not so great service, and their online service is not as polished as the other two. With valid, we see it. Like it's so oblivious. It's so obvious. Like it's so bad. Like you added Bluetooth headset stuff finally, and there's still no chat on your thing. I can't just pop into a chat and talk to my friends. Like stupid. Like, and that's a free service everywhere. Like how y'all not got that? Like I don't know. But in terms of them, of like what they added to it for you, not talking about like emulation for free. Like I don't. Like, but if you don't know anything about that space or any of that type of stuff, it's tremendous value.
So Decave says, question, I can play OG Mario Party online. If so, maybe I would consider the expansion. Is it every multiplayer game? Because I know some multiplayer games do have access to. I don't have it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Most do, and that they. Like similar to Game Pass, like as it goes, they will update and they will be ready to go.
So most likely, at least eventually, if it doesn't already.
Right.
Yep. So right now, the games that are included, for those that are unaware, Kart 64, Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64, Mario Tennis, Super Mario 64, Dr. Mario 64, Yoshi Story, Win Back, Sin and Punishment. I'm gonna assume that's Kart 64, Dr. Mario 64, and at least Winback are online.
I'm hoping Winback is online. Yeah. That would be dope.
That would be flames.
And then whenever Party and such come out, those need to be online also.
Norwegian says, I feel that the price is high. Regarding the previous Nintendo Switch Online without expansion, I feel there is too much input delay to the Nintendo and SNES digital content. I didn't really mess around in none of that stuff, so I don't know.
It is noticeable, yes.
Yeah, like some games are way more polished than others. I'll say that. Like Super Metroid was smooth. But like there was this old Nintendo wrestling game that was a little like you could tell it's like it was old and it was trying to pull. Yeah, me and Reese was going to war in that game. But like all that stuff's fun. Like it's old dated stuff, but it's fun. Like it's retro. Like you're gonna have some fun with this stuff. But I don't know. I feel like in like comparing it to what else is out there and what it is. I would have liked to see 70. Like you just double up on the 35 and call it a day. But 80 is not horrible for what it does. It's not horrible.
Yo, Takave's is asking some good questions. Takave's asks, what does Nintendo have to do, in your opinion, to make the expansion worth it to you?
I'm already contemplating about getting it. So just continue to expand on your library, improve what I'm going to speak on in a little bit once the questions are answered, and you'll have a definite purchase here.
We'll have to expand on what they have to do. I would say, like, yo, you definitely got to do better with your create an invite system, something, create some sort of chat of some kind, because you have it on the phone. You have the companion app on the phone. Why not integrate that companion app or some way onto the console itself? Like, it can be emulation so I can talk. Fine, like do something in that regard. And I wouldn't mind like a discount pass. Like if you buy this, like if you spend $80 on this, you guarantee at least 5 to 30% off of whatever games that they have on their thing, because they never discount their games.
Yeah, they don't do that.
That actually would be nice.
Well, I mean, whether they do it or not, I was asked what would make it worth it to me. I don't care whether or not they're gonna do it. What was worth it to me? That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, so I agree that I would also, I mean, that Nintendo 64 expansion, I don't know. I think it's cool that you can play. Here's the thing here. It's cool that somebody with a Switch has the potential to play online with somebody else with a Switch with these multiplayer games. But like me having a PC and Parsec and emulators, it's just like, well, why would I do that? Like, why would I spend $50 extra to do that? I don't know.
Everybody knows Parsec. Yeah, but not. Fam, I actually learned about Parsec this year.
My opinion, what would make it worth it for me?
Nope, that's fine.
So I don't see it's worth it. Like, it's just not valid. Like, maybe if there's more, maybe when down the line, when they have like a large plethora of games and it's just like, oh, I cannot miss out on this. But I mean, at the same time, how many games are there? Isn't there like there's a capped amount of games that the 64 has? And
like it's like total library.
How many isn't there like 564 games or something like
400.
that? Way less,
It's 400. Yeah. It's like 400.
It might have been
300. Well, then how many of those were like multiplayer games? Because there are some single player games in there.
Yeah.
So like, there's 393 games.
Yeah, it was one of those. Yep, 400.
And now, like, how many of those are like multiplayer games? You know, so like, which one of those? How many of those can I play online? But then we also have Sega Saturn as well. Sega Saturn is part of that as well.
No, it's Sega Genesis.
Oh, Sega Genesis. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
With the SNES games, some games that were previously not multiplayer were made multiplayer. So it's possible.
Well, this is the expansion though. We already have access to that.
No, that's what I'm saying. What they did in the SNES games to make some of those non-online multiplayer games online multiplayable, they can do the same for some of the 64 games potentially as well.
Yeah, but I just don't know if the library will. It's impossible for the library to be large enough for me to make it worth it. Like, I don't know, $50 is for everything that Nintendo's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, 300. Like, if they put 250 games from there and all of the Sega library, like even that is equivalent to what Game Pass has right now. in terms of the amount of games, like the total catalog.
Yeah, but Game Pass also drops you a brand new game on release date and stuff like that. Like Game Pass plays like.
Well, yeah, but you just mentioned like the library not being deep enough for you to even look at it. I'm like,
Well,
I
I'm
feel
not
like
looking at Game Pass though, because Game Pass is a completely different beast. Like I can play new games. I'm never gonna be able to play a new game with a Super Nintendo feature. I'm just looking
Gotcha.
at what I'm getting from this when I'm getting at when I buy this, and
Gotcha.
I don't think that I'm gonna get anything
Yeah.
really worth it all like that. And Nintendo's online alone, like the way you add friends is stupid.
Yeah.
There's no voice chat or anything like that.
All of that stuff is horrible. We know that.
All of that. And it's just like, I don't know, Nintendo's whole ecosystem isn't very friendly or very, it's not too worth it for me personally.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like in terms of like parsec and emulation and all that stuff, like there's obviously piracy laws that go into that type of stuff. So not everybody is well versed in that. And all of that. But yeah. I'll just say that.
Is Nintendo hustling older parents and young kids to make profit? That seems like their business plan.
Yeah.
They don't
that's their space. That's their space. Is the family thing. That's their space. They will never say it's not. That's like they're like, we really believe in that and protecting kids online. So that's one of the reasons why they say that they don't do a lot of microphone stuff. Like they don't want it. It's not a part of their thing. Like I was having a conversation with like another dad, and he loves that about the Switch. He's like, I love that. Like when I'm on my PlayStation, he's like, I'm on the headset, I'm talking. He's like, you hear all types of crazy stuff being said. And he's like, I gotta protect my kids from that. He's like, so I know with them on the Switch, they don't gotta deal with that. They won't receive a message. They won't receive
you can
nothing.
Just put in a parental locks and stuff.
That parental
stuff.
That parental stuff.
They have that, but the parental stuff on headsets. Like once you're in a live game, you can't do anything about it.
You're gonna parental block the F word? Like you ain't doing that.
I mean, you won't be able to get on on open lobbies. Like you won't be able to get in open lobby. We're talking. Are we not championing like regular lobbies, like to be able to lobby up with your homies?
Well,
private lobbies.
Yeah, but they don't even have. But they don't even have public lobbies. They don't want it
they don't have
at all. Because you can meet someone online and join a private room with them without your, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all those variables that go into place when you're talking like parental and stuff. Like, you gotta like, it's another level. It's definitely another level. Not saying they can't do it. It's one of the things that
they can't.
Is like one of their fail safes.
They can't.
No, that's fine. That's another topic. But he was also saying, are they hustling older parents? And I was saying, I think so, because they don't put their games on sale. Or they have like these sales, but they don't discount their games because they're old, which I think is like wild and messed up.
Like, did they put their games on discount for the first time a couple weeks after that last direct? Like, I never saw them do that before ever.
Their games are on discount, or there was like a temporary sale.
Yeah, it was like a temporary sale. It was like a temporary sale.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about a forever discount because the game is old. Like if I want to go buy Final Fantasy X right now, it's $25 because the game is old as dirt.
Not dirt, but it's old.
Listen, it's 20 years old, man.
It's not dirt.
And
I mean, are they charging full price for 20-year-old games? Is that lore? Is that canon?
Well,
let's take again.
The Switch is only X years old, but look for a Wii game.
Hold on, wait. No, I'm gonna do it. Fine. Wait, a Wii game.
Because I don't think they're making N64 games anymore or GameCube games, maybe.
Right.
But I paid $60 for Mario Kart 8.
Oh yeah, no, all that stuff is still full price. like the stuff that just came out in like 2017, all that stuff's still full price.
Yeah.
You ain't like, you're not getting that, but like, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it's their in-house games. What are the games that they came up with? All of their personal games. They don't.
Yeah, like their first party stuff.
The first party, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The first party stuff they don't put on sale, or they don't discount. I should say they do sales sometimes. Norwegian said, I mean, if they add GoldenEye and some other really popular choices, maybe. GoldenEye Online would be dope. Although, have you played that game recently? The controls for GoldenEye are quite atrocious, man.
They were quite challenging.
Play the updated one, bro.
I never played the updated one. I forgot. I keep on forgetting about that. I never played that.
You got Daniel Craig in the game because I'm a Daniel Craig guy way before a Pierce Brosnan guy. So I'm saying.
So really quick, too,
the best Bond.
Caves did ask this question way back in the beginning. Is it worth it to purchase the expansion pack? And really quick, I'll just touch on it. We wanted to give our feelings as far as the expansion pack is concerned, whether or not we would get it. I believe you've heard our stories. There are complaints from the rest of the internet as far as their initial experience with NSO Expansion Plus. So aside from complaining about some of the Nintendo fan base complaining about the price hike, actually playing the games hasn't been a good experience either. There's a whole forum entry on Reset Era, which is a forum board for video games, essentially. 26 pages deep as of last week when NSO expansion released. And they basically cobbled together all of the issues that everyone is experiencing. And the issues that they're experiencing have ranged from input lag, ranging from slightly noticeable to I can't play this game.
Yikes.
There was another one, and I'm gonna throw this image up really quick, of offering of a bizarre button layout. So we all know how much these two love the 64 controller, but that's kind of a 64. It's kind of a hard controller to map to common controllers.
Because it's horrible.
Not so much for Nintendo's consoles only. So as you see here, they bound the C button to the right stick. Makes sense. They bound the actual analog stick to the left stick and the D-pad to the left buttons. Makes sense.
Yep.
Why does ABXY on the Switch equate to A, B, C down, C left?
That's
that makes
horrible.
No sense. Why
would they do that? Bro, that just goes to show you how horrible that controller was.
Now, this image wasn't specified to say, oh, it was for this game, or whether or not there is button customization. That's something else I'm going to have to look up. I don't think that's a thing. But this is like, first of all, you reverse the buttons, so you're already messing me up.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
I think they could have made. Wait, what is this on the Switch? I don't. You know what's crazy? I don't know the Switch buttons. I don't know the buttons.
Just reverse the Xbox.
Bro, I'm still learning Xbox. Can't slow down on me. I can't reverse it.
I can almost remember the Xbox buttons now.
I think they should have, when using 64, they should have just disabled A and X and gave us made B A and Y B. Oh, that would have been confusing too.
So yeah,
but I mean,
man,
you see how much brain power you think just to manipulate? Everybody else is doing this too. This layout doesn't make sense, and people are complaining about that, rightfully so.
And the thing is as you look at it and you're trying to map the controller to it, you're like, I don't really know what to put.
Like,
it's like, I think couldn't you put the C sticks on the right analog, right?
That's what it's already mapped that way. The C stick is on the right analog, but the face buttons, because only A and B existed on
right. So you have additional.
You have two additional spaces.
You have additional. I mean, that's
I
get busy on Smash.
Just leave them blank. You just leave those extra buttons blank.
Blank those or make them other ABs. A turbo, B turbo. Let's go.
We going back to turbo buttons.
I mean, now we're cheating. Now online.
Man, I didn't beat these games. Whatever. I beat the games.
Hey, not online, bro.
I forgot about turbo buttons. Wow. We brought it back.
Or like he was saying, like leave them blank and let them be customizable per game. I know that's pretty hard.
Yeah.
But no, it's not if you go into this is like the cool stuff that you can do on PlayStation and I think Xbox as well. I'm not sure. You'd have to let me know. But I think accessibility, like you go in and tell a button to be another button. You can just tell it to do that. Like I can go into my PlayStation 5 stuff right now and make square be X every time I press it, regardless of the game.
They recently introduced that in PS4. I want to say 1 or 2 so odd years ago, and there's a base PS5 feature. So yeah, you can. That should be a thing.
That's dope.
Like accessibility stuff is massive, and it's like you could have did that with that. Like so you can make it. You can make these buttons be whatever you want. Go ahead, go.
Norwegian said it wouldn't matter if it was customizable if the input was crap.
Yeah, let me continue. So yeah, input lag was the number one. The bizarre button layout, as I just demonstrated. There's also frame rate issues. So not only do you have input lag, you have frame rate issues.
They don't do online stuff.
Like Yoshi's Island and Star Fox 64, very screen intensive games for back in the day. You have input lag, frame rate issues, and sound delay. Particularly in Mario 64 and Kart 64, texture issues, particularly in Kart 64, some games stating that the controller pack doesn't exist, so your progress does not get saved.
Oy vey.
Win back in Kart 64. And
that happens with win back?
You gotta beat it in one sitting, y'all.
So if you want to play win back on NSO, you gotta beat it in one sitting, possibly.
Oh my goodness.
And lastly, music issues where the soundtracks sound sped up or garbled.
And just let me go on there, turn off all the sound, and play my Spotify. Oh, you can't? Cool.
So yeah,
do it on my PC, my PS5, and the Xbox.
With the notion of how much, and I know we have a few minutes left, with the notion of how much you value this expansion versus what they're giving you, the issues you've just heard, and our feelings as far as what they're offering for as much as they're charging. Whether or not you believe this purchase is up to you. I think it's a 2 out of 3 up here for no.
Yeah, I'm not getting this. It don't work right. And it's not even in working condition. Bro, I refunded my Cyberpunk. I'm that guy, bro. If my stuff is that messed up, like I experience all the glitches. You guys have known me for a long time, and the people listening have known me for a little bit. I experience all the glitches, and I'm willing to look past some things like technology. Some things will glitch.
Yeah, this
is
a wait.
Like this broken, bro. I don't want that.
All right, give my money back because I'm gonna get it eventually once it's fixed. But right now, no, it's not.
Yeah, nah.
Yo, also, didn't they just release another Mario Party game?
Another Mario Party game?
Huh?
You said no? Didn't they make an existing Mario Party
game?
They
made an existing one, yeah. Online? And I think they released another one. Or maybe they released that game. I don't know, but they did release another Mario Party.
They came out with another Mario Party that had online. Something along those lines. Like
you're messing me up because I don't remember this.
Nah, Mario Party Superstars, it just came out.
Oh.
And that one has online capabilities because the original one didn't, right? The original one.
No. And it just had a big update, and it does now.
Now it does. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like they're working on it. It's taking them a long time, and they're not very good at it.
A little while.
They're finally working on it.
That's good. Well, with that being said, I guess it's time for everybody's favorite segment, and you already know what time it is. It is B's Throwback of the Week.
You're not gonna go crazy like you did last time? I was looking forward to it.
That was nutty.
Nah, you can't expect it. See, that's the problem. You expect it. It's just gotta hit you like bam, bam, boom.
It just gotta happen.
All right, I'm disappointed now. I'm sorry, B. Go ahead.
All right, real quick, we are definitely running low on time. Strengths. All right, bet. This game was developed by Midway. Was published by Midway. This game was released for all the platforms.
It's not NBA Jam or Mortal Kombat. So what is it?
It was released on all platforms. It was released January 13th, 1982.
82.
Oh yeah, neither one of them, John.
I was even born.
A birth, and I guarantee you played it. Guarantee. Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, Miss Pac-Man.
You ain't played Miss Pac-Man, bro. You might as well like
do that.
Come on, bro.
You said 82.
The Grid.
82.
Wait a minute. The Grid? Yo, I just played the Grid Norwegian. Oh man, that game is way too fun.
Because you said Midway. And I'm thinking Midway, Williams, all those wild old companies from back then. Yep. I'm like, I couldn't think of it.
Yep.
Miss Pac-Man. Wow.
Miss Pac-Man.
I was so bad at that game.
Pac-Man was fun.
Because everybody thinks like Namco, but Namco made the.
They made the after.
Like they made the original and the cabinets, right?
Yeah,
the cabinets.
But this one was developed by Midway and published by Midway, and it's considered the better one. Like it improved upon Pac-Man top to bottom. They're like, this game is better. It's just.
What
better
do you need to do with Pac-Man to make it? You just press directionals and eat pellets.
Okay, but
I mean, it's old development stuff.
Systems in place. Like there still is responsiveness, like reactivity. Like you can program the bots to be like, yeah, they can genuinely always trap you. Like you can do like BS things like that. So the intellect of the programming, it's a simple game. Yeah, eating the pellets, but there's still lots of going with it.
Kave says there was a huge controversy, big lawsuit.
Miss Pac-Man a knockoff?
Yeah,
I think the Pac-Man people bought the rights to it. It was a huge controversy, big lawsuit back in those arcade days.
Ooh,
yeah,
litigation.
Like the rights to the game are owned by Namco successors, Bandai Namco. Mm-hmm. Like this game was like, it was mad controversy around this game, but a gem's a gem, right? Like no matter all of the controversy, it was a dope game.
Gem is in fact a gem.
Like I love this game. I spent so much time on this game. Love this game.
I see in like Walmart and stuff, you know, they sell the little mini cabinets in the box. I see a Pac-Man when I'm out the cop. Only a couple hundred, you know, set it up.
Yeah, I liked Pac-Man. It was a fun game to play. I didn't go like stupid on it or anything, but like Pac-Man was a fun game.
I was more of a Donkey Kong fan.
Like games like Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Tetris, like they're so timeless. Like they just you're constantly problem solving. Like it's usually always a little different every time you get up there. It's always you're constantly having to go. Love that. Yeah, like I spent a lot of time like with my mom playing Pac-Man. She loved Pac-Man because she loved like brain teasers and puzzles like my mom does. So like we just spent so much time just handing the controller back to each other playing Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's a game. That's a good game. So yeah, super quick recap. Ubisoft joining the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Honor of Kings going wild with this beautifully crafted game that we don't know absolutely anything about.
Nada.
Nothing.
And the pros and cons of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass, we will leave that to your discretion.
I ain't getting it.
We ain't getting it right now. So
I'm passing.
There goes that.
I'm gonna use my Switch to be Bravely Default. That's about it.
I'll be playing Win Back by myself, unfortunately.
Fortunately. I mean, we got Parsec, right?
That's what I'm saying. We got Parsec. We can play right now, my boy. With that being said, this has been another episode of Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV. Rated.
We got that Parsec. You trying